In my era, we hadn't seen an athlete quite like Michael Jordan. He jumped higher than everyone else. He was a little faster than everyone else, and he was just the best athlete. LeBron James is the best athlete of today, and he's probably a better athlete than Michael Jordan was. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger.
We welcome back Antonio Brown to the desk. He's going to help us answer some questions. Is Isiah right in his comparison of LeBron James? But before you weigh in, I'm going to turn to you, Skip Bayless.
Gentleman and lady, this is the most blasphemous question we've ever asked in the history of this show. And I'm not going to ask my friend Stephen A. to do this with me. This is ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 11, and even ASA 23. I'll go to 23 for Michael Jordan's sake. How about that? LeBron James is not in the prime of Michael Jordan's career, in the same ballpark athletically as Michael Jordan was in his prime. And just for the purpose of argument here, I'm going to leave out the fact that there was bad blood in 1991 between Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan that led to Isiah being left off the Olympic team in '92. I'm going to leave that out.
Not really.
And I'm just going to talk about my definition of athletic ability, the kind of athletic ability that keeps LeBron from doing the dunk contest because he's afraid of it, because he's not that great of an athlete. Michael Jordan did the dunk contest 3 times and won it twice because I'm talking about gymnastic, mid-air, hang time, and body control. That's athleticism to me. He could fly, literally. LeBron can't do the things that Michael consistently did. Let's talk about quickness. Michael was much quicker than LeBron ever thought about being. Let's talk about speed. I'm going to call it a dead heat. I know LeBron's fast end to end. So was Michael Jordan. Let's talk about strength. Michael Jordan had great natural strength, and he got into weightlifting in 1990 to get past the bad boy Pistons of Isiah Thomas under the great Tim Grover, and he became very strong. So I will give LeBron James one thing and one thing only. He's bigger than Michael. Yeah, he's 3 inches taller, and he's, 40 or 50 pounds heavier? Does that define athletic ability? I think not. Just stop it, Isiah. Next.
Go ahead, man. But I think you're absolutely wrong. LeBron James is definitely hard to stop one-on-one. Big body presence, speed, elusive. The 30 points a game streak right now is definitely amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, he can score. I give you that.
I mean, one-on-one is
top that.
hard to stop.
You know what? You got nothing here, and it's okay.
You see what I have to deal with, right? Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. Better than LeBron, better than Kobe, better than everybody. Michael Jordan is the greatest I've ever seen. And he was obviously a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal basketball player. But there's something to be said about a freak of nature. There's just God-given ability. And when you talk about Michael Jordan, there are things that were developed. See, even though it was not his prime, it was slightly before his prime, I recall Michael Jordan having to build himself up. I recall watching just the other day his interview with Ahmad Rashad when he talked about how the Pistons were bringing it to them, and he had to bulk up because he knew there was a level of punishment that he was going to take. My point to you is that LeBron never had to do such things because he came into the league with that physique. He came into the league with that locomotive. He came into the league with that athleticism.
Wait, you don't think
came into the league
does LeBron not lift weights?
Yeah, he does.
Well, I think he lifts a whole lot.
No, it's not just about a whole lot. He rides that bicycle more than he does anything else. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that in terms of conditioning and all of that other stuff, LeBron may be the most well-conditioned athlete we've ever seen. And the point that I'm saying to you is that we're talking about natural God-given ability, not about a skill that you developed that elevated you to levels unseen. Michael Jordan, in his prime, wasn't Michael Jordan as an athlete even that he ultimately became. He had an aerial assault for the ages. In the end, he was never as fast as LeBron James. That never was.
Sorry,
never.
Wrong.
You're absolutely wrong.
Nope, you're wrong.
Absolutely wrong.
Sorry.
You got your eyes, I got mine.
I saw it. I was there. I saw it.
Oh, really?
He could fly.
So let me get this straight. We sit here every week, and you condemn me for being there. You only watched it on television. But now when you want to make your point,
You're too young.
Hold on. Now when you want to make your point, you were there. Oh, but it doesn't matter when I'm there. But it matters that you were there. So it only matters that you're there when we're talking about Michael Jordan.
Yes.
But when we're talking about anybody else, I'm there. Oh, excuse me. And oh, by the way, no, I was watching on TV for Michael Jordan's 80s and when he first won the 3 rings. From when he won the 2nd rings, I was there. I covered the men. So I got to see Michael Jordan when he won his last 3 rings in person because I was there for all 3. Plus, I got to see LeBron and Kobe and everybody else all of these years. But that doesn't count because Skip has seen Michael Jordan in a flash. So you know. So in other words, it only counts in person when you're there. When it comes to Michael Jordan. But not when I'm there. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Who was quicker?
I just wanted to clear
your eye. Who was quicker?
First step. Jordan.
It's not even close.
Jordan.
Sorry,
Jordan.
not even close.
I said Jordan.
Is that athletic ability?
Jordan. Yes, to some degree. But it's not, again, in the end, not just leaping ability, but in the end, the motor, the conditioning, the physique, what you're able to do with the stuff.
Wait, hold on. Conditioning is not athletic ability.
Let me finish.
That's not.
That's fair. But you remember what we used to talk about with Magic Johnson? We used to look at Magic Johnson, and we said he's 6'9". And we've never seen a guy 6'9" playing the point that could do what he does. So we used that, and we said, wow, he's great. Not just as a player, but in terms of athleticism, because at 6'9", to run the floor, to have, he didn't have an aerial assault and hops and all of that stuff, but in terms of body movement, agility, all of those different things. What I'm saying to you is this. Look at LeBron. If we're going to make that notice, if we're going to notice that about Michael Jordan, how do we ignore it about LeBron? I'm not talking about skill sets, because Jordan is Jordan. I'm saying natural God-given athletic ability. I don't think there's any question it's LeBron.
Antonio, can we get him in on this? Antonio, one-on-one, a series of one-on-ones. Who wins?
LeBron, all day.
Now, you and I disagree there.
Come on.
Man, that's
I
hard to
don't
stop
agree with
one-on-one.
that.
You talk about
I don't agree with that.
You got to wake up
40
outside.
pounds.
You're living in the future, in the present, not the
Why?
past.
Explain your case.
I mean, the athletic involvement is, I've evolved. You know, LeBron is 6'8", 250 pounds, and it's hard when he's going to the hoop one-on-one.
Yeah. So
I don't think one-on-one, no one can really stop that.
The intangibles take over. That's a different argument than what we're talking about right now. I got to go at you one more time.
Sure.
People laugh at Michael Jordan trying to play baseball. You realize he was a very successful AA baseball player. That is the most difficult level of minor league baseball. Not AAA, AA. That's where most of the hot kids are before they jump up to the big leagues.
Okay.
That's where the most talent is.
Okay.
And Michael Jordan went there from nowhere. He just walked in and said, I'm going to be successful at AA. Was he a Major League Baseball player like Deron was or Bo? No. But to do that as quickly as he did and be fairly successful at it is staggering to me.
Well,
and it goes to the argument.
For me, I'm not going to dispute that with you because I don't want to be disrespectful to the greatest player I've ever seen and the greatest competitor. But I'm going to lean on the expertise, the Bill Maddens of the New York Daily News, the Tim Kirchens right here at ESPN, other baseball aficionados. When they talked about Michael Jordan playing baseball, obviously you want to give credit where credit is due for some dude that never played for baseball to succeed on a AA level to some degree.
Yeah.
But he certainly was never ready for the major leagues. Now, but Deion Sanders was.
Sure.
Bo Jackson was. So again, what I'm saying to you is that you have to understand what the parameter is. When you look at Michael Jordan, you're thinking about an elite professional athlete in one sport. Did he play on the elite level in the other sport? No, he did not. Bo Jackson did. Primetime Deion Sanders did, but not Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm saying I don't give 2 cents about what Michael Jordan did in AA. If we don't talk AA on a national television stage, it doesn't matter on a national television stage. We are on a national television stage right here. I've never once heard us mention somebody from AA. Why should we mention Michael Jordan now?
Because he walked in the door and said, watch this.
I said, no. That's not my question. I said to you, we've never mentioned anyone from AA. Why should we start now? I mentioned Bo Jackson. I'm talking Major League Baseball, NFL. I mentioned primetime Deion Sanders. I'm talking NFL, Major League Baseball. We gonna go Michael Jordan, NBA, AA baseball? No, it does not work that way. You got to go to the pros.
Answer this.
Sure.
Who wins a dunk contest between Michael in his prime and LeBron right now?
Nobody would beat Michael Jordan in a dunk contest.
That's athletic ability.
Nobody.
You know what?
Nobody would.
We got to wake this young man up.
What's
It's just
going
it's all fanatic. You're just making up.
I got you.
Not even Major League.
Okay.
Double league.
Why hasn't LeBron done one dunk contest in 10 years?
Yeah, but you're knocking him. I wouldn't knock him for that. I think he should, but I'm not knocking him for it. He's not afraid. Don't be disrespectful.
Yes, he is, because
Stop
he knows
that.
he doesn't have that kind of athletic ability.
No, he didn't want to.
He's a little stiff. He's a little stiff as an athlete. He's a little stiff.
There's the last point on the dunk contest. Come talk to me about LeBron James when the NBA does a better job of getting named individuals actively involved in the contest. And LeBron James should not be competing against Jeremy Evans.
And Terrence Ross.
Oh, no. Even though Terrence Ross can't play, he's a contributor to the Raptors.
No,
Jeremy Evans scored 33 points in the season.
Yeah.
He's averaging 1.4 points per game. I forgot he was in the league. He's the slam dunk champion in a position to defend his title. That's what we're supposed to get occupy our Saturday nights with. No. LeBron James needs to be competing against named individuals.
Well, you know what? I don't think you could have beaten Eric Bledsoe on Saturday night.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
Spud Webb beat Dominique once upon a time.
Antonio Brown.
Honest.
Excuse me. It was a pleasure to have you.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
for
about
joining
that.
us.
I'm having my doubts.
He's having his doubts. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy